Here is that look. We are clarifying this tower card and literally another tower is coming up. So something crumbled down, and this has to do a lot with disappointment, something they are very, very sad about right now, and something no one knows about it. Hello, dear Scorpios. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a special reading for you guys. It's probably going to be a little bit express, so watch this if you're Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And before we get started, all the information about everything is in the description box. Private readings still open as of the moment I am recording this. I do plan to close my shop sometime in May probably. So if you want to book something, links are in the description. Also, there is a spot for one last. This is it. I know I've said this before, but I do have some time to take one more private one-on-one student where I teach you one-on-one all my secrets of tarot. We practice one-on-one over Zoom. It's a tailor-made program just for you. So if you're interested in that, check out the links below. Anyway, guys, let's get started. Let's start with this tarot. I right away kind of want to go into tarot, so hope you don't mind. Give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's do it. All right, Page of Swords is your first card. By the way, the eclipse that just happened, oh my god. I don't know how you guys are doing. I hope you're all fine, but yeah, I've been telling people, by the way, like that, the eclipse, like many people were like, oh, this is such a great new moon. And I'm like, where do you even get this? Like, it's right away squared by Pluto, the ruler of Aries, Mars, and its debilitation in Cancer and mutual reception as well. Like, there are so many things that, there's a Jupiter, right? Conjunction, but which kind of makes things not so bad. But this was like, if you've been feeling crazy past few days, if you've been feeling like, I posted something on my private Instagram, like if you've been feeling like you are in the deepest, I don't know, layers of Mordor, if you know the Lord of the Rings, right, when they were Sam and Frodo were walking into the Mordor to destroy whatever the the ring and stuff. Like if you've been feeling kind of sort of like that, you're not alone. Let's just put it this way. So this whole eclipse time, eclipse season, we'll see what the messages are, but like you just have to keep going. You have to keep going. Rest if you need to. Obviously, we are not in Mordor, hopefully at least. But so we can rest. We have the luxury, that Sam and Frodo didn't have in the movie. Most of us, at least. And yeah, that's that's how intense it feels. All right, you guys, so let's talk about this. What do we have in here? I'm so happy to see the star. Of course, we have the devil at the bottom, Page of Wands. We also have 10 of Wands, and we have here the tower. Oof. The way I'm seeing this is like this. With the Page of Swords, you might have gotten some news, or you might have received some kind of notification, or you might have saw something, or maybe on the other side, the person you are dealing with might have received some news notification or saw something. And it has to do a lot with understanding of how scattered the energy is. Now, it doesn't mean that there is any other people or whatever. I just feel like with Six of Pentacles, there is so much going on at once. And with the King of Pentacles, there is a person who has some kind of value, and he basically decides right now who to give this to. So I hope this makes sense. Apply this as it resonates. We'll decode this as we go further. I'm just reading this initial energy right now. Now, with the Ace of Swords, I do feel like you have to, right now, especially more than ever, to remain very, very clear about what is it you're creating for your life, what your beliefs are, what you expect to happen, like communicating maybe your message and not really wavering on it, not backing down. Because with the Queen of Swords, the Six of Swords, I do feel like whatever the situation was, where maybe if King of Pentacles is your person, or even if it's you, whoever was this person who has so much value, and there's different hands that are trying to get, that value, they are going to, with the Six of Swords, leave something behind and remove themselves from basically the situations where a lot of people are demanding their attention, a lot of people want their energy, a lot of people are trying to persuade them. So maybe it's you, maybe it's your person, but basically I'm getting there are so many hands reaching to one person, and everybody's trying to get a piece. Everybody's trying to get a piece, whatever that is, whether it's energy, money, I don't know, attention, something like that. And I feel like, again, especially with this, you have to be very, very clear, you know, no matter what you see, no matter what you observe, you have to be very clear that things will change in the way that you desire. Sometimes I think our biggest fear is whenever we observe something, whenever we see something, there is a feeling like, oh my God, this is final, this is never going to change. And this couldn't be further from the truth, because even if sometimes something shows up in our life that's highly undesirable, it can change, and it can change in the way that we desire. And sometimes what we need to do is we need to meditate really on this internal belief that I can change things in the way that I desire. I can create different situation. And I've experienced this where there was a moment in my life where I was kind of creating exactly everything that I wanted. It was like miraculous. But then out of nowhere, it almost felt like, you know, for some people, if you resonate with the whole concept of like purge, right, of your old, you know, limiting beliefs or your old fears or whatever, for some people, usually it happens kind of early in their manifestation journey. Especially for me, it happened kind of pretty late, which I interpreted, and I still interpret it as me really having some of this limiting beliefs very deeply seated. So they were like not on the surface, but they were somewhere very deeply hidden. And honestly, there was like this moment where I wanted to give up. I was like, I don't know. I like literally did feel like Sam and Frodo when they were, you know, where was they? Mordor, right? Like the whole place where you go to the Sour and Sour in Lord of the Rings. And anyway, it doesn't matter really, even if this kind of situation is happening, because at the end of the day, you have to believe that things will change in the way that you want them to change. You can remove what's undesirable from your path. Very often we feel like we can't, right? Sometimes when you feel like something is happening and it's so, like maybe it's your deepest fear, you know, or something like this, like maybe it's like something that you really don't want to deal with. In this kind of moments especially, it's very important to not let this, whatever this thing is, be bigger than you, because it's really not the thing, most likely, but it's your awareness of it, it's how you perceive it that makes it so bad. If you make it nothing, if you make it powerless, if you trust that it's going to go away, if you trust that whatever is going on, it's not going to be a deal breaker, it's not going to be an issue unless you make it so, not anyone else, not your person, not any, you know, if there is any third parties, I don't even want to talk about this, but like not anything outside of you, but you will assign meaning to that and value to that. And if you decide to make something powerless, if you decide to make something non-existent, if you decide that it does not matter, it will not matter, it will be removed. And sometimes it's like going through this moment, this very painful moment at times where you have to acknowledge, like, who is in charge? Are you in charge of your own consciousness and awareness? Are you the one who decides how things will unfold? Or are you convinced that something out there is more powerful than you, and because some little shit happens somewhere, you're not gonna get what you want? You like, it's at the end of the day, everything comes back to you. In the moments when we feel the most disempowered, usually it feels like there is something out there that's in charge. That's how you know you're not really, like, your energy is elsewhere. But we gotta, with the Temperance card, believe here that, you know, we are guided here with the Tower and the Temperance, with the Temperance and the Star. We have to believe here, I feel like, more than ever, because you do not give up right before this miracle happens. Because with the Devil card, again, I feel like maybe you've been tested, some kind of news, maybe something you saw, or some kind of message, and it really felt like very, very difficult. Okay, let's see a little more here. I'm doing a little different spread today. We have here King of Cups. I do feel like if you don't give up now, you will see and you will have a confirmation. Sorry, it's always my fridge. You will see and you will have a confirmation that, you know, that it doesn't matter, that everything will happen the way you want to. If there has been a marriage or commitment that you've been manifesting, I feel like it's meant to happen. Like, it's meant to happen. You don't have to worry about this Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, the Moon, and Four of Cups. It's more so, do you want this still as well? Because with the Lover's card here and Queen of Wands, if you want it, it's yours. Really, if you can accept something and know that it's going to change. Maybe there is some kind of situation where temporarily there is some kind of undesirable circumstance between you and your person, and this creating a lot of worries and anxiety. And if you can accept it and make it powerless and not worry about it, not worry about anything, and know that it's going to change, know that it's going to conform to what you're creating, I feel like it's not going to matter, honestly, in the like bigger scheme of things. Knight of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, 6 of Wands, you're going to win. There is going to be some kind of resolution, ending, and change. Hanged Man on the Chariot, but you have to still believe that you can manifest it. You cannot allow your thoughts, fears, insecurities be bigger than you. And sometimes it's like, it almost feels so strange because you feel like, well, I've worked so much on feeling accepted and chosen and prioritized and, you know, secure and powerful. How come I am feeling the opposite of that? And I thought that I already overcome that. It could be something residual, I don't know, from the very, very beneath the surface. And especially if you feel like you've been doing so well and suddenly you've dropped into some kind of old version of yourself, we're going to have eclipse. And, you know, again, for some of you, this is the process that started with this eclipses when Scorpio Taurus eclipses started happening in 2021, right? Or yes, end of 2021. For some of you, there has been this process where you had to consistently kind of face this new powerful version of yourself and see it emerge, but also like at times being thrown back to this powerless, so to say, version of yourself and have to face some old fears. But especially now, looking at how eclipses are about to end, guys, like the eclipses are about to end. South Node is about to leave Scorpio. Especially now is not the time to give up, is what I want to say. Especially if you've been working so hard on creating this new version of yourself, changing your belief systems about relationships, changing, maybe like removing layers of old trauma, old scars, stopping, you know, like going deep in all your traumas, identifying as this super wounded version of yourself, being on this endless healing journey. This is time for you to not give up and instead fully embody that version of yourself where you know you'll get what you want. If the seas, you know, need to part, they will. I don't know, if the matrix needs to completely, I don't know, shrink and glitch, it will. It does not matter. But it's like, it's not about believing in this other person or in this situation, whatever your goal is, it's about believing in yourself. It's never been about anything else, anyone else. It's always been about yourself. People, places, situations, circumstances have been there just to trigger you, you know, just to initiate something within you. It's really, at the end of the day, it's about you. No matter how much you might love someone, you know, no matter how much you might want to be some kind of person, whatever your dream is, right? It's never been about that. I mean, it is about that, but it's really ultimately about you. I hope you kind of understand what I'm trying to say here. I really do. And yeah, so there is going to be May 5th eclipse. Let's take a message specifically for that, because I really feel like this is right now, this is happening. So let's see the message for eclipse. All my Scorpios. And every Scorpio will feel it. I know that the eclipse is happening in the middle of the zodiac, but especially for that reason, every Scorpio will feel it. We have here 7 of Wands. Exactly. Do not give up now. King of Cups. Chariot. It is not, I keep hearing this is not the time to give up. Oh my God. What's going on? 7 of Swords. We have the Lovers. We have the 5 of Pentacles. For some of you, there is a fear that, what if it's not going to materialize? What if I'm setting myself up for failure? What if I'm not going to receive what I really want here? What if this is going to be just like previous situations of what if like I'm going to be the one who kind of is left empty-handed? I feel like you shouldn't give anybody that privilege or that place on a pedestal in the first place. It's about filling your own cup. And I know you will say like, but you know, what's the point of relationship then? You have to be full here, you know? You have to know that you already received what is it you wanted. So like, let's just imagine you want this person to leave behind their old lifestyle, whatever it was, their old belief system, whatever it was. I don't know, for some of you, I feel like there's some kind of religious thing going on, spiritual thing going on. Maybe they just didn't believe in love and relationships. I don't know, whatever this is. But you have to, for a moment, imagine yourself, like, let's just say you want a person, right? Imagine yourself being with this person, being number one priority in this life, being the person they do everything for, change their life for. Because when someone is in love, they can do that. Like there's many examples in history, you know, even with public people, where when somebody really wanted to be with someone, they've done so much. But the thing is, like, you cannot be expecting that and kind of like grasping to that as the deciding factor of whether you're going to feel this good feeling or not. This feeling, you can imagine things and you can create this feeling within and know that it's going to translate into the physical world. That's how manifestation works. It's not like, oh my God, I'm going to be here desperate, begging, hoping that something outside of me is going to change, and then when it's going to change, I'm going to feel great. That's not the way to go about it. Of course, you guys do whatever you want, but what I'm seeing is, imagine what you want is happening. Like maybe they chose you over everyone else if they had options. Maybe they changed careers for you. Maybe they moved to be with you. Maybe they gave you the commitment you wanted. It's okay to want to be with someone else, but it's like, imagine the feeling. The feeling is ultimately created by you. It's just other things might seem as this external circumstances that give us what we think we want, but really it's an illusion. It's more like, it's from the inside out, not from the outside in. It's you who creates, not the physical reality that creates you. And of course, it can be either way, but you here have to choose to be the one who creates. And especially in the moment where it feels like I have no idea if what I'm doing is working, I have no idea where this is going, I am not sure where this is going, especially in a moment like this, you have to just have faith. Like if it needs to be blind faith, so be it, but it's not a blind faith, because we know there is so much circumstantial evidence, right, that when we create our own reality. And you know, I would rather live in the world where I know that I'm creating, you know, what I want to experience, versus I'm just a puppet and whatever is happening outside, everything is just there and I'm just surrendering and whatever. You know, it's a choice, right? Because with the Hermit card, also in the Eight of Cups, you don't know, I feel like, the full truth about something, but something actually already happened. I don't know how to make sense of it, but something already happened. Something you wanted, it's already happened. Seven of Wands, it's not the time to believe. I feel like you're going to have more love than you could even wish for. And even things that, you know, seemed to be in the way somehow it's even going to give you more of that. So maybe, I don't know, there was something where you and your specific person in the past broke up and whatever, they went somewhere else. Instead of thinking like, oh my God, now I'm not going to get what I want, think like, now, you know, they would understand even more that you are the one, and they will give you even more. Again, it's not about waiting on them to give you something, but it's like changing your awareness of things and filling your own cup. I hope it kind of makes sense here, because I feel like, especially if your worry or concern is, what if I'm not going to receive what I want now based on XYZ circumstances or whatever? It does not matter. I feel like this person, if you open your heart to them, if you believe in them and yourself, of course, they will leave and they will do and they will change their life in any way they have to in order to be with you. So that's what's important here. I don't know if this is an eclipse message, but yeah, that's what I'm getting. Let's see what else. And we have here King of Pentacles. I feel like the news will come through soon, that the choice has been made. And you might be kind of hesitant about believing into this, because you feel like, well, things were stagnant for so long. But I feel like as you open your heart, you will see that, you know, Lovers with the Ten of Pentacles, what you wanted materializes. And some of you will feel like Seven of Pentacles, you put in so much work to manifest this, but at the end of the day, it gave you your wish fulfillment. So you don't have to worry about anything, because healing is here. And I feel like everything will make sense, because it's almost like you couldn't see something here before. It was hidden from you with the Moon card, but now with the Knight of Cups, it's like with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like more and more truth is coming out, and you have to believe in yourself. I know I keep repeating myself, but I feel like you have to believe in yourself now more than ever and not give up. Like, this is not, if there is ever a moment to give up, it is not this one. So let's see a little bit with Keeper, what else is going on. We have here family room, and we have here expectation. There's some kind of expectation you have about something related to family, something related to work as well, maybe something related marriage, commitment, again, family figures. You will know that there's been some issues that were trying to be resolved by legal process and change. This has to do with the main character in the situation, but I feel like there will be unexpected good news and somebody will want to give to you. And this is the message I've been having for the past few readings. There seems to be some kind of travel or trip or relocation, and I feel like somebody's taking you with them. It's almost like a surprise gift, because they could see your concern and maybe despair even regarding something that's like long term. How will things work out? Is somebody stuck? But I feel like there will be good news that will settle everything. And again, entertain the idea that it's not only that you're going to get what you want, it's going to be even better. Like in ways that you couldn't expect, in the ways that you couldn't necessarily see. Like this is beyond, it's almost like there is going to be some kind of miracle presented to you, and you will be so happy that you didn't give up. Let's see what else. The outcome here. We have here 6 of coins. Exactly, there is some kind of offer and also a connection that's being reciprocated here. We have here Queen of Wands. You have to be very confident. I keep seeing this message too. You keep showing up as Queen of Wands. And we have here the Sun. It has to do with the future and future plans and how the future will unfold. Exactly, 2 of Wands, the future. There's been a disappointment, which I do feel like made you feel sort of like apprehensive about whether some situation is worth investing into anymore or not. Yeah, but I feel like there is news about something broken and something being rebuilt, which will surprise you, but it's like, it's going to be a good thing. So I'm sorry if it's like too cryptic, but yeah. Okay, so where are we now? So I know we didn't do our usual spread, but let's start, I guess, this spread, and then we'll take it to the extended too. I'm not sure, it's, what is it, 22 minutes here. I'm trying not to make this video too long, but okay, let's see. First row is you, second row is your person. You posted so many readings, so you know I'm trying to experiment with formats of spreads. Okay, so first row is you. You are showing up as Justice. Wow. Okay, we have here. Oh, this is not from this deck. I messed up my decks, but you know, nothing is ever a coincidence. I always feel like if I put some random cards into a different deck, it's you know, by accident. It's for a reason. So we have the Wheel of Fortune from a different deck. We have, excuse me, Page of Swords. We have this Queen of Cups. We have here the 10 of Swords. One more. And we have here the Star. Oh, I love it. Okay. And I'm gonna have to hide this card. Okay. Second row, your person. We have here the Knight of Cups. They're saying, I'm coming for you, wait for me. Wheel of Fortune. Again, never saying to wait for anyone, but that's what they're saying. 5 of Swords. Oh, we have here the Lovers. We also have here the King of Wands. And we have here the Ace of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, Reverse, Temperance. So what I'm seeing here, okay, let's just kind of start talking about this. What I'm seeing here is that you are going through a big change. Everything is kind of coming full circle for you. And I think maybe this is something that's been happening since the full moon in Libra. There is a sense here where, you know, it's like, you know, that it's not just other people making choices and decisions in whatever situation you're in, but it's ultimately your decision. So whether you are giving somebody a second chance, whether you're continuing to invest in a certain situation, whether you keep going maybe even on a certain path or not, it's ultimately your choice. And with the Justice card, there is a sense of like, it's time for things to be fair to you. I feel like things will be fair to you and things are turning in your favor now. But with the Page of Swords and Queen of Cups, if you are very sensitive to certain communication or maybe certain things trigger you, because I do feel like there's almost like with this Queen of Cups and Page of Swords, there's a sense of like you're looking at something and it's deeply triggering, and it's like you know, you don't have to be in that place. With the star card, that's not going to be an issue, I feel like, because you will still align to what you want, you will still get what you want, but it's almost like you might have created some kind of, not, you know, I don't feel like you made things delayed or anything. I feel like you created unnecessary anxiety for yourself. That's what I feel like. And you don't have to be in that place. You can be in a place where you're just enjoying your life, going with the flow, doing what's best for you, and everything will happen and everything will align for you the way you want to. But sometimes when you check things or worry about things or question about things, it's not that it cancels what you're manifesting, or it's not that it even delays it. What it does, it creates that unnecessary pain and issues, and you don't want to be in pain. You want to be happy, right? Everyone does. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now, it's almost like with the Justice card, close your eyes, don't pay attention to anything you see. I know it's like, it's a very counterintuitive advice. So guys, as always, you know, it's tarot, like, and it's intuitive. So you have to use your own discernment, whether you want to take certain messages I'm offering here or not. But I'm just reading what I'm seeing here. I feel like with this Justice card especially, close your eyes, because you know, you don't have to look and observe and trust everything you see. Anyone can believe, right, what they can see with eyes, right? But it takes a special person to go beyond that and to see, you know, through the dark matter and understand that appearances are not what they seem. And this is even like, you know, like people like Dr. Joe Dispenza talk about this, right? We are such physical material beings. And when I say material, I'm not talking about like money or whatever, but it's more like we are so used to, as humans, to rely on just things we can touch, smell, taste, see, hear, right? Like something that's confirmed by physical senses, that we are totally out of touch with understanding that actually most of reality, quote unquote, is this dark matter, right? It's not even physical, and there's so much we can't see, and there's so much we don't understand, and there's so many layers to everything. So you know, there is that. And I'm also remembering there's this Dune quote I really love. So it's like, if one relies too much on his eyesight, his other senses weaken. So it's not the time for you to judge things by whatever things look like now, especially if ever it's not been the time. And I know that might sound so counterintuitive, and you might be like, oh my God, you're setting me up for failure, and like, or I'm setting myself up for failure, or like, you know, means being delusional, or this means like living in denial or whatever. You know, all these things are very like, you know, it's up to observer, you know, how you want to classify some of these things. But even if you think about it from the perspective of your chart, for Scorpios, justice is a justice, Libra, right? Scale justice is in the 12th house, which is the realm of subconscious. So especially with, you know, that energy there, it's like, there is many things that are not what they appear, is what I'm getting. Now your person, Knight of Cups and the Fool, I just feel like they are someone who will do anything for love. They just want the love to be true, and they want to know that they will be loved, because look at this, Knight of Cups, the Fool, the Lovers, King of Wands, Ace of Cups, Five of Swords. They would even do something quote unquote bad for love, whatever that is. They will do anything for love. They will be a person who does crazy things for love. The thing is, do you believe that do you identify and do you believe that you are the person who anyone would do anything for? Because we can judge things as good or bad. Oh my God, how could you do this? How could you do that? And yeah, maybe, you know, it's like sometimes that argument is valid, but we all know that life has so many dimensions to it. And, you know, it all depends also which side you're looking at things from. I feel like if you want this person, whoever they are, if you identify as that no matter what transpired, no matter what happened, no matter what things might have been in the way, no matter how impossible it seemed, you are the person they would do anything for. And, you know, like, you're worth it. And this love, most importantly, is worth it. If it's so important, it will happen. Okay, let's take the third row. Third row is your mutual energy and how things will be unfolding in the nearest future. And we'll take this to the extended. Okay, we have, ooh, look at this, the Chariot. You guys see, not enough space. So the Chariot, let me just put it like this, okay, the Chariot. We have here the Knight of Swords. We have here the Four of Wands. We have here the Empress. We have here the Eight of Cups. We also have here Judgment and Temperance. Wow, I would say, and look at this bottom of the deck, the Magician. The Magician and the Moon. Definitely do go into extended if you feel called to, because I feel like it's going to be pretty intense with all this major arcana here. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. All information about in the description box. We'll look at this, how situation unfolds, advice for you, what's hidden from you, what you need to know, what's happening behind the surface, and all this kind of stuff. Thank you so guys so much. Link to the extended down below. Talk soon. Bye.